Hello, everyone. Welcome to our today's session. I hope you're already settling in well. You're already getting to learn more about the program and you're excited to start this learning journey with us. Today, we are here to just answer any questions you might have. We shared the Slido link with you earlier, and we're going to share it on the chat, and we are going to pin it on the YouTube chat so that if you have any questions you want to vote and make sure we answer them within this hour, we are going to attend to them. All right, I hope you are having a good day. I'm just going to introduce our host for today. That's going to be me, Cheruto Masi. I work here as a room as a community specialist. I have my co-host, Whitney. Do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you, Cheruto. Hey, everybody, it's great to see you all, and we're excited to engage with you. Thank you for sending in so many of your questions already, and we'll be answering them shortly. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing?
Hi, Whitney. Hi, Cheruto. Great to see so many of you on the call and seeing all the questions that are coming in. Looking forward to an exciting session where we get to answer all your questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you so much, Whitney. And on to today's, session. Whitney, the next slide, please. Yeah, as always, the rules of engagement. We love when you turn on your energy here. We love the energy that we're already seeing on the YouTube chat. So make sure you're turning up that energy. Any links or instructions will be pinned on the YouTube chat as well. So there's you'll see all any pinned items just above where you're typing your questions or excitement. You'll just see that the links pinned in there. And most importantly, as always, we'd love you to listen, learn, share, and have fun during this session. On to the agenda for today's session. So we are going to have a quick check-in and then share with you some of the important things that we think you need to know as you start this program. So that will be requirements to pass or just graduate from this program. And also we're going to do a quick Slack walkthrough. We know you're yet to get an invite to our Slack workspace, but we'll just do a walkthrough for you so that once you join our workspace, you're able to just know where to go. And then we are going to have live Q&A where we're going to respond to any Slido questions you've already sent in. And finally, we'll do some announcements and closing remarks. All right. Yeah, onto the check-in for today. Please type on the chat which emoji best describes your mood today. We love to see how you're feeling through, you can best communicate that via an emoji on the chat. We are waiting to see that from you. Yeah, I think the best way I can summarize all the check-in emojis would be excited. Most of us are really feeling excited. I'm sure excited to start the program and be with us for the next couple of weeks. And yeah, thank you so much for interacting with us. We hope you keep interacting with us throughout the session. As I mentioned, once we get to the Q&A, we'll be attending especially to the most upvoted questions first. So we'll just post that Slido link again for you to upvote those questions. All right, so I'll just quickly let Lisa walk us through some of the program, expectations and requirements. So Lisa, the mic is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Cheruto. So this is just a quick walkthrough on the program timeline. I know we mentioned it on a high level yesterday, but this is just a bit of a breakdown. So as we mentioned yesterday, this is a 12-week program. So we have July 4th, and this week of July 4th, this is your first week in the program, and this is the onboarding week where you really get to be situated into the program. You'll get introduced to the community. You get to join the tools and the platforms that we use for this program, just to really set you up for your learning, which will kick off ideally from next week. And then from the week of July 11th until the week of August 15th, this is going to be your financial modeling and valuation analyst training. So it's going to be about 5 weeks and then a week to take your final exam. However, during our first week of learning, we will have a deadline. Again, as we mentioned, this is a very intense program, and we're really just trying to ensure we have people who are really keen and who are really dedicated and committed to the program to take on and follow on through the program for the rest of the 11 weeks. So on July 17th, we will have our first deadline, and this deadline will entail you having completed 3 courses or more. So once you get introduced onto the CFI platform tomorrow, you'll get to see how the courses are arranged, and you get to start taking part in the courses. However, by July 17th, we'll need you to have completed 3 courses or more. So if you haven't completed any 3 courses or more by July 17th, you will be discontinued from the program, and there is not going to be so much flexibility on that. And then once after August 15th, so we'll have 2 weeks again of the job readiness program. So the week of August 22nd and the week of August 29th. This will be the second deadline. And this deadline will really be for the cutoff point for people who are going to join the Room Fellowship. So by the week of August 29th, which ends September 4th, that Sunday, you should have completed the job readiness program. You should have graduated and received your FMVA certificate. And those who pass the FMVA exam get to move to the Room Fellowship. And then those who've passed the FMVA exam and have the time to take on beta will have exactly 3 weeks to take on beta. And then at the end of September 19th, that week of September 19th, which is September 25th, that's Sunday, your program license will expire and you will have no flexibility to continue with the program. So that is the outline of the program. Next slide. Right, so just some requirements to graduate that we had mentioned yesterday, but just want to reiterate. So for you to get your FMVA certificate, you need to get 80% and above in all your FMVA assessments. You'll also need to receive, get a minimum score of 70% on the final FMVA exam. You'll need to complete the 2-week job readiness program, and you'll also need to, you're required to also attend the program events and engage with the weekly program communication.
Thank you so much, Lisa. As I mentioned, we're just going to do a quick Slack walkthrough, especially since we are all going to be joining Slack soon. So I'll just quickly share my screen and then we'll do a walkthrough for us. All right, so you will receive an invitation from our talent readiness account to the Slack. That should either happen later today or by early tomorrow. And once you receive the invitation, you'll just click join the Slack workspace because you've already been added. And you're just going to update your first name, last name, and then once you've added your first name, last name, set up your password, make sure that you remember that password, and then go ahead and sign in. Once you sign in, it will automatically bring you to this Slack workspace. And these are the main channels that you'll see. So these are the main channels that we'll be using to communicate with you, for you also to interact with us and interact with your peers. So this is the main channel that you should watch out for every single day, which is the announcement channel. And the announcement channel is going to be a channel for us to share updates and announcements with you on a daily or weekly basis. So all our announcements will be coming to you on our announcement channel, which is just a read-only channel. The Ask FA channel is going to be a channel for you to ask questions. So you're just going to ask any program-specific questions. Make sure before you ask questions here, you've already looked at our support FAQ channel. So this channel has some of the questions that you might already have. So make sure you're just looking through. If you have any question that's specific to this, you already have an answer to this. So we'll be updating this on a regular, this channel, or these questions and answers on a regular basis for you to just have access to that. And then the Ask FA team channel is for you to ask any questions that you haven't seen answers to already, or just, you can also share feedback with us in case of any. Excuse me. Also, we have our community guidelines channel, which is the channel that we've added all our community guidelines, which is, what's an acceptable behavior, what's how do we want to build our community, and how are you going to contribute to that. So make sure that you're reading this and your posts or comments are aligning with our community guidelines. Aside from that, we have our random channel, which is just for you to, for you to have random conversations. So you start by introducing yourself with these prompts, and yeah. Sorry, I think those are the main things that we need to note on our Slack channel.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Cheruto. And we'll still share a guide with you on how you can get yourself set up on Slack. So fret not. We'll share a reference for you that you can use even after this session. You can also still rewatch this session in case you've missed some of that information that has been shared. So feel free to come back to this video. The dates that had also been shared by Lisa on the different deadlines will also be captured in your ALX FA calendar, which you should have received by now. So you'll also have visibility on all the event and deadline dates. So moving on, just let me share my screen. So we can now move on to the slide of questions. It's been great to see that we've already received close to 600, almost 650 questions on the Slido. Thank you so much for posting your questions on there. I will now take some time to answer some of these questions, and I'll be joined by my colleagues Lisa and Cheruto to address this. So, and I also see a number of you have also voted, which is great, which makes it easier for us to address your challenges. So question number one, let's just kick things off. Are we going to pay for our certificate at the end of the program? No, you'll not be paying for a certificate at the end of the program. If you joined us yesterday and if not, if you've been able to rewatch our Karibu ceremony, you can remember the presentation by Juliet around our partnership with MasterCard Foundation. And they've, due to that working arrangement that we have with them and the partnership that is in place to enable people to get dignified and meaningful jobs, all ALX program fees have been waived for the year 2022. So no, you will not be paying for any service at the end of the program. Moving on to question number 2, is the certification recognized internationally, like the CF Chartered Financial Analyst certification? Lisa, could you help us answer this question?
Yeah, sure. So yes, this certification is recognized. Just for those who do not know, the certificate is offered by the Corporate Finance Institute, and this is an internationally recognized and accredited organization. I would urge you to actually just check out their website and just see the type of work that they do. So yeah.
Thank you, Lisa. We have another questions around how the exam will be conducted. Will the questions be the ones from the application process? This is a good question, and maybe just to build up on your anticipation, we will have a session tomorrow with the CFI team who will answer all your questions around the course, how the program is structured, the platform, and even how the exam will be conducted. But yes, the exam will be conducted in partnership with an assessment provider known as Brillium. So that's where the exam will be hosted, and it will be conducted online, but we'll get an even more comprehensive and deeper explanation of how the exam will be conducted tomorrow when we meet with the CFI team. Next question is around the event. Are there repercussions for not following the live event? This live event clashes with my work hours, and I may not be able to be online at these hours. Yeah, thank you for posing this question, and we really understand that we may not be able to attend or join for all the live sessions. The sessions are held on YouTube, so you can always go back to the link and rewatch the session if you're not able to attend. And these resources are shared with us even after the event. So worry not, we'll always create YouTube playlists and also share this link so you can rewatch and access the material right after the session. We understand that we may not be able to join in during certain hours, but feel free to catch up within your free time and even over the weekend. So another related question, for those who have full-time jobs and other commitments, what advice would you give as to how to manage our time to keep up with the 50 hours commitment that is required per week? Lisa, what advice would you give to our learners?
Yeah, so as for those who are able to attend the session yesterday, you might have heard Powell saying that this course requires a lot of your dedication and your commitment. Yes, it is a very heavy course. And yes, we are aware that a lot of you are actually, in jobs or in school. I think the best advice I could give would be to really plan your time. We will be having a weekly syllabus, which would really guide you on how you should pace throughout the course. But really, from what we've seen, like in cohort 1, we have people who take these courses during the weekends. They take these courses either early in the morning before they go to work, or their other obligations, or late at night after their obligations. So it's really depends on how your day looks like and how you want to arrange it, and where you feel like you can, you're most, you have that energy to take the courses and go through the content. It's really up to you. Again, it is self-paced. All of the content will be on the CFI LMS that you will be onboarded to tomorrow. So it's honestly, it's up to you. But yeah, you just have to figure out how you can arrange your time to achieve the almost 50 hours a week.
Thank you, Lisa. And yes, we give you autonomy over your time and how you, you schedule your reading, how you schedule your reading. So, feel free to, you have that freedom to catch up with the content at whatever time, during your free time over the weekend. It's, it's up to you. And maybe Lisa, before I pass the next question on to Cheruto, should our learners have accounting skills, or is that just an added advantage? Lisa? Can you hear me? Yes, so should our learners have accounting skills, or is it just an added advantage?
Yep, so the CFI content and this learning path that has been designed is very, I guess it takes you and takes anybody who doesn't have the accounting or finance background, and it's the aim is it teaches you the skills that you need to become a financial analyst. So you don't have to have that accounting or that finance background. Yes, it might be it's an advantage if you do have that background, but that doesn't mean that if you don't have that background, you can't go through the content. It's really it teaches you the skills that you need. It's very practical. So I guess that's the advantage of this certificate, this FMVA certificate that is provided by CFI. It helps you build your skills and takes you from 0 to hopefully 100. So.
Thank you, Lisa, for that clarification. We have another question from Betty. Where is the full curriculum of all topics and timelines for both the FMVA course? So we'll be sharing during this week. We'll be sharing a list of all our curriculum that captures all the modules and the courses that you'll be engaging with throughout this entire week. As well, as soon as you get the link to sign up on the CFI dashboard, you'll have visibility on the different topics that you'll be engaging with week on week. For the timelines, as mentioned, we shared a calendar that we'll also still share with you so that you can add it to your personal calendar, and you'll have visibility on when the different events are taking place, the different sessions, and the reminders as well to engage with the learning material and complete your weekly assessment. So this will be availed to you in the course of the week, and you'll also get access to the dashboard so you can see the curriculum in full. Is there a specific application that we'll be using for communicating? Yes, we'll be using Slack. Cheruto just give us a quick demo on our Slack structure and the purpose of the different channels. So we'll also be adding you onto that platform. You'll get to interact with one another. You'll get to interact with the program team. And we'll use that platform to support you as you kick off your learning journey. We have another question around, is there an option to select the time period I'm comfortable to study? Yes, that is at your will because it's self-paced, so you decide when you want to engage and catch up with the learning material. We have another question here from Gloria. I'll pass this on to you, Cheruto. Is the certificate only digital, or can we get a physical hard copy?
Yeah, thanks, Whitney. The certificates will be digital, so I think that should be sent to you as a soft copy.
Great. Yes, Cheruto. Yeah, you'll have your certificate up when you complete your FMVA and the job readiness program, and that will be available for you to access and download on the platform.
Just to add, sorry, yes. Whitney, just to add on that, if someone really needs or wants a physical hard copy, this will be possible, but it will come at a cost. And CFI will guide you on how to do that, but it does come at a cost.
Great, thank you.
The digital one is free. Yeah.
Yeah, the digital copy is free, but if you want a hard copy, there's a cost to that. Thanks for sharing that information, Lisa. Yes, another question around, will there be a post-session video for every lecture in case we missed a class? Yes, so all the learning material and all the videos and the content will be available on the CFI dashboard. But we'll have weekly expert sessions with the CFI team. This will be available as well through YouTube Live. So after this session, you will still have access to the content. So you can always go back to the link and rewatch the video as many times as you'd like. So for all learning material and videos will be up on the CFI platform. And for the expert sessions, you'll have access to that on YouTube, and we'll create a library for you so that it's easy for you to access the different sessions. We have another question here around opportunities. Are there any available job offers at the end of the training? The FMVA, the FA program, right, kickstarts your career as a financial analyst and equips you with the right skills to succeed in the field. The program does not guarantee any job opportunities or placements. However, we do have the Room Fellowship, and if you managed to join us yesterday, you heard from Samir talk about the Room Fellowship, right, which is a community of like-minded young professionals. And we work together with you to accelerate your career through sessions such as masterclasses, expert sessions, exposing you to job opportunities. 75% of job opportunities are not advertised, but by virtue of being in the room, you get access to these opportunities because of our networks and the members within our community. So we do not guarantee placements and job offers at the end of the training. However, if successful and you manage to get to the fellowship, you will be exposed to a myriad of opportunities that are much likely to accelerate your career. So we have another question here. Do you need a laptop for this course? Lisa, do we need to have a laptop to take this course?
Yes, Whitney, we do. You do need a laptop to take this course. It is the most effective way to take this course, especially because for the exams and for the assessments at the end of every course and the final exam, this is not possible to do on a phone. So you need to have a laptop, and there are also specifications for the laptops, and we'll share them especially tomorrow and just in our comms. But you should have Microsoft 2016 Office and newer.
Thank you, Lisa. And we'll keep on sharing these requirements with you throughout this week, so that by the time we start engaging with the learning content, you're ready and set to get the ball rolling. We'll keep sharing and emphasizing this information through email and once we have you on Slack as well. We have a question here by Nozuko. Will there be one-on-one video call sessions? Charut, I want you to answer this and maybe even share with participants some of the ways that they can interact with each other and the different ways that they'll also be interacting with the program team.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, so just to answer the question first, well, one-on-one video call sessions, one thing that we want to just mention is, as Whitney had mentioned, we're going to be having the weekly expert sessions. I think that's one live sessions that some of the live sessions will be having. On Slack as well, you'll have access to your peers on Slack, where you are able to interact with them on the random channel, as we mentioned. Eventually, we might regroup you into smaller groups, but also just depends on how the program will be looking and the need for that. But also, you are able to also, if you want to huddle with some of your peers, we've seen that happening in our communities as well. So you should be able to, interact with your peers on Slack, because that's a tool that will have access to everyone who is in the program. Yeah, so if you want to have some discussions and know the experience of other participants, you can self-organize some of these sessions as well, and you can have those discussions. I think that's one thing that we'd love to see, and we will be there to support you.
Thank you, Cheruto. I'm seeing just also just scrolling through the YouTube chat, just to ensure that we're all on the same page. And I'm seeing a lot of questions on whether should I download Slack, Yes. So in the meantime, you're free to go ahead and download the application, whether it's on your phone or on your laptop, as you wait to get added, invited to the platform. But you don't have to download it. You could also just use it as a web app on your laptop. But in the meantime, feel free to download it as an application as well. Thank you so much, and it's great to see all the engagement and the support going on the channel. I think some of these questions have already been addressed. I see a question on MGM. We know the actual platform for our classes. Also, are there any timetables? As shared, yes, we do have an FA calendar, and I've just seen some people saying that it's blank. So what you need to do once you click on the FA calendar, add it to your own calendar. It will probably take a second or two for it to populate your calendar, but we do have all this week's events up on the calendar, and you should be able to add it and see the different events. This way you can plan ahead for the, preparing and planning to attend the different sessions that are happening throughout the week. We have the CFI Learning Info session. This is where we'll deep dive into the content, the platform, and the program structure. This happens tomorrow, same time as now, from 2 p.m. GMT, and then again we meet on Thursday for another office hours. By then you should have already been invited to our different platforms, that is Slack and the CFI dashboard, and we'll be addressing any challenges that you have with accessing those two platforms on Thursday, sorry. And then on Friday, again, we get to meet and interact with the fellowship team. As mentioned, this is your post-program experience that will expose you to different opportunities and toolkits to succeed in your career. So we have a jam-packed week, and we're excited, and the different teams as well are excited to interact with you. It was mentioned, Lisa, you took us through the requirements to succeed. So we have a question here around what happens in the event of underachievement.
Yep, so in the event of, actually to begin from during the courses, as you're going through your courses and your assessments, so the first requirement was you need to achieve 80% in all of your assessments. Luckily, you have and you can take the assessments as many times as possible until you get the 80%. So until you get to the 80%, then you can move on to the next course. So you can retake that assessment as many times as possible. For the exam, if you don't get that 70%, then you'll have to retake it. However, the exam is only available 30 days after you first take it, or after any time you take it. So if you take it today and you don't pass, if you get, let's say, 69%, so that means you haven't passed, you'll have to wait a full 30 days to get the certificate, to redo the exam and get the certificate. Unfortunately, for this cohort, we don't have that much time. It might not be, many people might not get that opportunity. So I urge you to try and do your best throughout the 12 weeks, or rather the weeks until the weeks that you're taking FMVA, and try and do your best, do the practice exam that will open up towards the end of the program, and try and achieve that 70% at that time.
Thank you for emphasizing the requirements to pass, Lisa. Cheruto, will we have a graduation ceremony at the end of the program?
Yes, we would have a tambale ceremony. So that's what we call it here. We'd have a tambale ceremony to just graduate you from the program. And as Samir mentioned yesterday, If you successfully graduate from the program, that means you've achieved all the requirements to pass. You will be graduating into the Room Fellowship. So look out for that. At the end of the last week, we should be able to share comms with you on that.
Thank you, Charuto. Lisa, what happens if one already has an account with CFI?
Yeah, so if you already have an account with CFI, you will have a dashboard. If you're in this cohort, you will be able to select the cohort 2 dashboard, all your progress that you had. So say you came from cohort 1 and you've deferred to cohort 2, your progress won't be deleted. So you'll still have access to your progress will have been recorded from what you had previously done. So you're not going to be starting from scratch, and you will be able to still select the dashboard as you have been doing and select the LX dashboard. You might have to select the dashboard for cohort 2, but yeah, all your progress is going to be recorded still.
Great, thank you, Lisa. I'm seeing a lot of questions on the calendar, the calendar link. We'll definitely share a guide and a walkthrough of how to add, your calendar so that you have visibility on the different events. We'll also share all upcoming events. Once we have you on Slack, we'll also share daily and regular reminders on the different sessions. So you'll have access to the events on the calendar, but you'll also get messages and prompts and reminders of the upcoming sessions so that you don't miss out on them with all the relevant details that you need to attend the event. So we have another question here. Do I have a high chance of getting an international job as a financial analyst from Nigeria? Yes, as with any job, and due to how the pandemic has opened up the globe and the labor market, there are a lot more opportunities now for you to get remote jobs and international jobs as a financial analyst. And there are different fields that you could venture into. The CFI team tomorrow will take us through the different careers and professions that you could take up as a financial analyst. But I just want to assure you that, yes, there are a lot of opportunities for you out there once you have these credentials. And even with us, support of the Room, through the Room Fellowship, they will be able to expose you to these opportunities as we go. Just trying to see any other question. Are we going to use YouTube as our learning platform? Well, it will be one of the tools that we use throughout the duration of the program. All events and expert sessions will be held on YouTube, right? All learning materials, whether they are text-based or videos, or the assessments, all of them will be hosted on the CFI platform. And then all communication, either within yourselves as learners or with the program team, will happen either on Slack or on email. All will, for CFI and Slack, as we've mentioned, we'll share links for you to access and sign up. But for email, we will already continue. So please be on the lookout, and especially during this week, which is a very critical week during your onboarding. So check your email regularly for updates and any information that is shared from the program team. And even for upcoming events, feel free to, once the link has been shared with you, feel free to head on to YouTube and click a notification for you as a reminder, right? So that you're notified as soon as the event starts, so that you don't miss out on the different sessions. We have a question here around, would exams be during the weekends and what are the duration of the exam? Lisa, do you want to take this?
Yes, so as we mentioned, this program is self-paced. We do have some general deadlines, but for the most part, it will be up to you to, to pace yourself and take this exams or the assessments, or go through the course at your time and whenever you're available to do so. So yes, the exams are available during the weekends. And the final exam is about 3 hours long. The assessments are shorter because they're about just 10 questions at the end of every course. But the exam is going to be 3 hours long.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. We have another question here from Sarah. Will we be allowed to write the assessment multiple times and then the best score picked, or rewrite each of them once? Yes, so you can retake the assessments as many times as you'd like. And yes, it will then pick your highest score from the different attempts. So just a reminder that you need to get 80% and above on all assessments for you to be able to pick the exam. So make sure to engage with the assessments that are available in the different courses with a minimum pass score of 80 for you to be able to sit the exam. So what if you have a power cut while taking an exam? So the exam will take place, we'll have a couple of days where the exam will be open. So it's not open only during one block. So you'll have access to it throughout a duration of time, and it should, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lisa, but the platform should be able to save your data and you can continue from where you left off. Is that correct?
Yeah, that should ideally be the way.
Exactly, yeah. So the platform should be able to save your data and you should be able to continue, but we'll also get more clarification on this from the CFI team. And I think we'll take maybe 2 more questions and then we will call it a day, just looking at our time. And then we'll still have more sessions and more touch points for us to interact with one another and support you in your learning journey. I think we've answered a couple of these questions around accessing content for those who won't be able to make it. Yes, you will have recordings for all the expert sessions, and you're also able to download the materials that will be up on the dashboard. You'll get a walkthrough of how to do that tomorrow. You need a laptop to participate in the program and have Microsoft 2016 or newer. So those are the different requirements. You'll have assigned assessments throughout the different courses that you need to engage and complete before you sit the final exam, and you need to get a minimum score of 80 to successfully sit the exam. So how shall you discuss the content between fellows during the lectures and the entire program? So good question, Malika. You once we have you on Slack, it'll be much easier for you to connect with with your peers within the program. We encourage you to interact with one another, meet up as Chiruto shared. You can even organize physical meetups where you can discuss the learning content, get to know each other. You can meet virtually through platforms such as Zoom and Google Meet, where you can all just hop on a call and discuss the learning material and any challenges that you're experiencing within the program. So feel free to interact with one another as much as you can. This is highly encouraged, and we'll even be sharing some guidance on how to go about this. Yes, and maybe just a final reminder that the CFI platform is not an app. You will be invited to you receive a link on your email on how to sign up and how to set up your profile. So it's not an app, it's just a web application that you will access using your laptop. I think we've answered most of the questions today, and we'll continue to share this. We'll continue to share FAQs resources either on Slack and on email. So please be on the lookout. We'll have another office hour session on Thursday, where we'll get to engage and answer any further questions that you might have. Thank you so much for engaging us. You have posted close to 1,000 questions, and it has been great answering and engaging with you this evening. And Cheruto, Lisa, maybe before we close off this segment, do you have any comments or final reminders that you want to share with participants?
None from me, just looking forward to having you kickstart your journey, and especially once you're onboarded onto the platforms. Just watch out for your emails on how to get onboarded onto Slack and how to get onboarded onto the CFI platform, which will be happening this week, from tomorrow especially.
Great, thank you, Lisa, thank you. All right, and now we move on to our next item, which is the announcements. So as we've already shared and emphasized, one, we'll have a learning info session tomorrow with the CFI team, tomorrow from 2 p.m. GMT. So please make sure to join us. We'll share the link to join and the details for the session as soon as possible. And all your questions around the content and certificates and the exam and the assessments and how to access the different dashboards will be answered, and you'll have a live walkthrough during that session. We'll also have another office hours on Thursday from 1 p.m. GMT. Hopefully by that time, you should have been enrolled to the two platforms, that is Slack and CFI. So we'll spend a lot of time answering your questions around access and maybe any technical challenges that you have experienced so far. This is just a support touch point that in case you have any challenges so far, feel free to reach out to the team via afsupport@alx.app, and the team will respond to you promptly. And as we've also shared, links to program tools will be shared on email in the course of the week. So please make sure to check your emails, and because you getting enrolled and signing up to these different platforms plays a key role in your successful activation to the program. So make sure to look out be on the lookout for your emails, and we'll share all the relevant information there. As we'll also share, I've seen a lot of queries coming in around the AFA program calendar. We'll share a guide and a walkthrough on how to get that set up so that you have visibility on the entire program experience. All right, that's all we had today for you. Thank you so much for engaging with us. Those were great questions, and we look forward to continuing onboarding you to the program so that you may kickstart your journey as financial analysts. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.